But yeah, it comes down to this. Those extra points will be going to one of these teams after this very map. A map where we have seen some decent stuff out of Envy as of recent. But honestly, at this point, Jason, it is very tough to call where this is going.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, they got like a 16-2 up against Gaming earlier in the group stage. I think that's one of the maps we actually casted, and they had 62 in both maps. And right now, well, they're going to be pushing it outside and, well, directly into the open arms of Jacob as he gets himself a nice triple kill to start off the pistol round. Is it all on Moose and Calyx here to save the round now for the T side?
Well, it's not going very well so far. Moose shooting an awful lot of bullets and not connecting many shots at all. So 100 Thieves going to take a flawless pistol round. It was an incredible CT side. We saw 9 rounds in a row to win them that CT half and take it to overtime. And then, unfortunately, their T side just let them down. So if they can get to a strong CT start again, well, maybe we'll be looking at a dominant scoreline. But who knows if they'll be able to close it out. Of course, a different map altogether. We are going to see no investment at all from the T side. So an attempted rush outside, just trying to get the bomb down. There's so many players here. They actually kill off Jacob. So he did so well in the pistol round, but will actually meet his fate in the previous. But it will now be 2-0, and this is where the AKs come right back up.
And I hope for Envy's sake, even after that slog of a last match we did have, that they're able to kind of recoup. I mean, the time they did have about 10-15 minutes to, you know, shrug it off, right? Focus on the next map. You have a chance to get yourself a victory here. And again, if you're just joining us, Envy have honestly surprised, I feel like, most people out there, any haters they potentially had about how good of a team they actually are. They've been really able to step up during the road to Rio, and curious to see if they can close this one out. Grass Faction gets caught rotating out of Mini, though. So we'll get the early man advantage over to Envy as they just continue to barrel in towards this lower bomb site where Jacob's already waiting.
Yeah, he's only going to get one this time, however, and a lot of this is going to fall onto JKS with his trusty FAMAS in hand. Still loads of time as well for Envy. They've made a very quick take of outside. They should expect his position as well. It's one quite commonly played when the round does go wrong. Gives them a little bit of extra presence. Smoke will buy some time, and Liaz is going to catch Moose. Was trying to stop those rotations from A straight back down to B. As are also just spotting in case they have wrapped back around. The potential to hit from heaven is still there. They could still do it now, in fact, but it seems like it's just patience from the side of Envy on this T. And well, time starting to tick away, Incendiary still available for JKS. They might have seen where that grenade actually came from, however. They do have to be careful as he's about to be pressured from multiple different angles. Ryan will go down. There's a trade back at least, but now Liaz, the last man left standing, trying to give them a third round.
Oh, looks off the bomb plant. Maybe you can just hide now with 8 seconds left.
Oh.
No, he gets caught on the cross back. That could have been the play. Great response out of Calyx to solidify that kill and, more importantly, get them the round on the board. But it was still a costly round for them indeed. Losing 4 players. And 100 Thieves was a little bit of a bonus round for them, I guess we can say. They still have a little bit of money to spend. You can see Grass Faction on the AWP. Liaz with the Max 7, the best shotgun to date. Don't make me mute you, Tom. And then we have the MP9 out of Azure. So, kind of a mix.
Glass cannon Mag 7 as well.
I mean, that's the only way you Mag 7. You know, either you do it with commitment or you just don't do it at all.
Well, the second option probably sounds the better of the two, but we'll see. Like, I think it was only so that he could get an AWP into the hands of Gratis Faction. So we're not only going to be judging Liaz's amazing shotgun skills, but whether that AWP was actually worth it in the end. I think he's heard the fallback of Moose. Of course, the T's did take an awful lot of damage in their first victory, so both teams' economy is on the brink. That's what makes this force buy worthwhile. They could have just ecoed around, waited, got extra utility, probably got some Kevlar for Liaz as well, but instead, they've thrown it all in for this one. Once again, it's a similar strategy from MV, clearly trying to put pressure on that lower bomb site. They do have players still waiting patiently on the CT side towards upper, but with one already rotating. With Jacob pretty much there from the start of the round, it's looking like an almost identical round to what we saw previously. This time, however, Jacob's not going to go down so easily.
Oh, Calyx, though. Get a little opener out of him. JKS is still going to be tucked away inside of sight, though, and I'm not sure if they're actually going to expect him. But Calyx, he does. He gets the Shotgrass faction, though, makes the op work. Gets the first kill for him this round. Bomb going to be retrieved in the hands of Nifty, and you can just see Ryan. He wants to come through this door, but he just knows he can't. But Nifty, he comes out the other door. He gets the kill. 5 seconds left. If he can just kill the planter, this could be it, but he's behind the silo. Liaz with the Mag 7, the hero Mag 7. Gonna be looking to come through. There's the first shot. There's the second. And now, Moose. I don't know if he can see the bomb, and coming out of this window is going to be so tough for him. The defuse is going to be tapped. Moose going to give away his position. He tries to run towards the site, but Grass Faction's there. And, you know, Tom, it looks like the Mag 7 won the round. So clearly, Mag 7's greater than XM.
See, you could have gone for the argument that he dropped the AWP and Gratis Faction killed everyone, but sure, the one kill he got with the Max 7 is going to make the difference. No, great work from 100 Thieves. Bomb plant does go down, and with only 2 players surviving, there is an argument for a risky force buy from MV, but it is looking like they're just going to play this one a bit safe. The players with the extra cash will invest into maybe a Deagle or 2. They could go for a Tech 9 or something, but ultimately this is a chance for some economy to be built. Unfortunately, that means no more Mag 7.
Well, and as it pertains to the playoffs here, we do have a result with the Furia Liquid matchup. And Fury did take the victory, so they're going up against Gen G in the finals. And Liquid are going to be up against Cloud9 in the 3rd place match. So I think actually it's not a rematch for Cloud9 because I don't think they were in the same group. Either way, our eyes are all focused on this game. I think one of the few are running at this time of night. Hazard gets himself a nice little double. And Ryan, oh, I guess the dink on a JKS. Unfortunately, all he had was the Glock. Wow, that's a pretty clean round for 100 Thieves.
Yeah, it's given them the opportunity to build into this match. I think it's really interesting, though, that the team taking the most amount of points will either be Furia or Gen G. I don't think going into this that would have been something too many people predicted. I think Furia have come in and shown some fantastic form. If I'm not mistaken, they haven't even lost a series. They've won every single series they've played.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, they looked incredible in the matches that we saw. MV did give them a run for their money, though. And it has to be said, like, this team has surprised a lot of people. Gen G as well, being through top of their group. And then there's been surprises elsewhere, of course. Liquid only just making it through initially, going out here. And then EG not even making it through the group stage. So there's been some upsets, of course. For now, we're just watching to see who's going to get 5th and who will get 6th. Those extra points, all important. Good start to the round as Azza is going to get that opening pick. And this time, I like this. They've switched things up. Now, this is a commonly Molotov place, but it's not somewhere that Jacob has played so far. It's a bit of a change-up, however. As so far, the T's have only really pressured into the lower bomb site. This time, they're looking for the wraparound. Now, they've taken the majority of outside. Calyx is more than aware of a flank, so he's patiently waiting for Jacob to make his move. But Liaz instead is looking to pressure elsewhere as he peeks into the lobby. It seemed like Nifty was ready for him. However, he's not going to get that kill. JKS has found one more, and everybody falls within a matter of seconds. It's 4 players alive again for 100 Thieves, and their CT sides today have been very impressive.
Well, this is the unfortunate part for me, is seeing Nifty only on 1 kill and Mihu only on 1 kill. I mean, Cal's currently on 6, and I know we see Moose and Ryan at 1 and 2 respectively, but like Nifty and Mihu in particular, in my eyes, one of the big fraggers for the team, someone that they really need to depend on. to get those kills, to get them into these rounds. And I know it's been a little bit of a struggle so far, and they still have more rounds to work with here, but 100 Thieves at this rate are starting to continue the pace we saw on the CT side of Inferno. And look at that, Jacob through the smoke, catches out Mihu again, having a rough time. And Nifty and Moose being tagged down, even Calyx down to 53. I mean, the best case, they get the bomb down, but I don't know if they can even hope for that right now with the way Lias is playing these vents.
Yeah, he's made things even more difficult. I suppose they got a rifle out of it, which is the one saving grace. Maybe there's an opportunity for some damage. The thing is, they have to now guess where the rotation has come in. Have the CT side put their full force towards this B site. Satisfaction is going to hear all of the footsteps. He's close enough that he will know that they have gone back down. And with already JKS just looking to try and hold the cross. Now, there's a chance he gets the bomb here, just because it's an AWP. Rotation is beginning to come in. The bomb should be able to cross.
Well, there you go. Ryan sneaks in. There you go, Calyx. Okay. I think it's becoming more realistic just with that AK picked up for. And the thing is, Ryan just can't really escape from this position anymore. Luckily for him, there's no nade to come his way to dislodge him. It's about the flanking from the door towards his left. And you can see they're just waiting for that moment to come through. There you go. Grass Faction peeks in. Calyx now. Gonna be smoked off in every conceivable direction. And Grass Faction is going to stick this. Calyx is going to save the AK. And 100 Thieves take themselves another round.
So from a 2v5 or 2v4 situation, that really wasn't bad at all. They at least forced a few rebuys and got a bomb plant, which will set everybody up nicely for the next round. Calyx even gets an AK out of it, which leaves him with some extra cash going forward. More chance for extra rebuys, especially with the amount of loss bonus they have built up. He could even buy another AWP in the next round, and it's giving them more opportunities, but they need to start getting some rounds on the board. This isn't anywhere near as a CT side map as it used to be. Ryan, though, that's a great start. Already the opener into the A side. A complete change of pace for MV as they look to just put the pressure on these remaining players. And remember, it's a double AWP setup for the CT side. So a retake here is looking incredibly unlikely. Especially now that a second smoke has gone down. I almost wonder if CTs might opt to just save this.
They gotta hope someone can hit a hell of a shot or two to open this back up. Mihu already. They will take down Az. Now it's the 3-on-5, and I think that save should definitely be coming into effect. You can see Grass Faction already has ran away. Flanking around behind them in towards T lobby, and JKS is able to get one. Nifty comes around the corner. That nade's going to connect for some decent damage, but he's just looking to escape. And he actually picks up the AK, funny enough. Maybe he's going to go back for the AWP if he can. But you can see the T's are pushing in his direction. A couple of kills here would be perfect, but instead, just going to save their own weapons. JKS does escape. And they still maintain at least one of the ops out of Gratis Faction. So Envy get themselves a second round. And again, I feel like they're going to need, I almost want to say like a minimum of 5.
Yeah, that's fair. No, I think the real question there is, do they even want the double AWP? Because they could have bought another one if they really wanted it. So I think the decision from 100 Thieves is more just the case of, okay, we can't really counter that with a double AWP setup. It doesn't work for many teams on Nuke, and the rifles have been successful so far. So just get rid of it. Just throw it away. Already a trade initially. Such aggression coming out from Jacob, but it has been working most of the time for him. He also gets rid of Nifty, who, again, has not been having a particularly good game. He slowed down a lot on Inferno after such a fantastic start, and it doesn't seem like he's recovered from it. And I do remember the last time we watched them play this map, I think it was against Furia as well, he was able to open up outside almost on his own. And it seems like just some of the things that Jacob are doing, the crossfires that are being held, are actually something he's been unable to beat so far. Luckily, Calyx has been performing to his high standard once again. 9 kills already. Only one behind Jacob.
You know, on that note about Fury, I remember one thing in particular was Nifty was doing a really good job of controlling Secret against the enemy team. I think it was like Art was peeking with an op multiple times, and Nifty would just take him clean out of the fight. We're gonna have the 1-for-1 trade on the inner push. Liaz is still tucked away, gets the first, gets the second, the bomb now down, and Mihu, well, left alone. Wasn't the 1-on-2, now on the 1-on-1. JKS does get up vent in time, and I think Mihu might have heard him. No, he didn't, but he still gets the shot either way, and Mihu's come alive in a crucial round, gets him up to 3, and the money for 100 Thieves is starting to look a little bit rough here. I think they're still going to be able to squeak out a buy, but still after the round, if Envy can somehow pull that off, this could be the comeback.
Yeah, this is an awkward position now for 100 Thieves. Now, SMG, shotguns, you name it, they're definitely viable on this map. So many close quarters positions that can be utilized. So it's not the end of the world for Azza. He's just going to be playing close on hut. But once again, we're going to see this fast outside play over Nifty. He's gone. Another round with him disappearing within the first 3 seconds. Azza. That will have been heard. Patiently waiting for Calyx, but somehow he still wins the duel. JKS almost starting his rotation, and again we see these trades go back and forward, but it's Calyx once again. He was on 7 HP taking that duel, and somehow he still caught out Gratisfaction. Now leaves Liaz and Jaken on different sides of the map. Mihu, he's sneaking his way up the ladder. Liaz is completely unaware that they've lost Hell control, and well, that means in turn they've lost Heaven. The Molotov will fall right onto Jacob's head as well, so there's not really much he can do from this point. And it's looking like they've done it, Jason. A few rounds in a row. We'll leave Jacob just saving his gun elsewhere.
And it was starting to look like a one-sided game until we've had them been able to break into these sites. I'm looking at kills overall. Calyx on 11. He's over double the second closest person to him on his team. And as you pointed out before, Nifty's having a super rough match. 1 in 9. Oh, Jacob on 10. He's leading the way for his team. Maybe looking to add an 11th to the tally. Though I think saving the M4 would be the highest priority. But this is getting rough now for 100 Thieves. I mean, Envy, once they get on a roll, like if Nifty's going to start hitting shots too. And the funny thing is, out of like the 4 rounds they've won, I know at least 2 of them have been from Nifty dying early on. So maybe it's kind of the double threat of, well, he can kill you or he can die, and then he can lead his team even better with some more calling, being able to rotate around different points of view. It looks like 100 Thieves have to go on the save. They have to hope for Jacob on the M4 to be enough to win the round, to maybe get some guns for his teammates.
He'd be the man that I'd be looking towards so far in this match. His aggression has caught out a lot of players. But yeah, other than that, it really isn't much invested at all. I'm interested to see what would be done with Liaz's singular flashbang, because they haven't really grouped up too heavily. There's 2 players around Mini. Maybe that's the plan, that he'll late flash them out from Heaven. But other than that, it seems like almost a fairly normal round for 100 Thieves, which I have to say I'm not the biggest fan of. I do like to see these pistol rounds, something a little bit more audacious come up from the CT side, because a lot of the time just trading out effectively is going to be very difficult indeed. However, somehow JKS with just a P250 gets 2 kills. I don't know how he's managed that. Luckily, there has been a trade back in turn. But Calyx is going to have to do again. The majority of the heavy lifting has the lion's share of the HP. Nifty will just be looking after the bomb for him.
Well, if this kill's coming through, it's just unfortunate that no one can really rescue what JKS was able to do. Calyx, in the meantime, is going to head up towards Heaven. Gratisfaction and Liaz, I mean, they're still on full HP, but all they have is those USPs, and if they can take down Calyx somehow, think Diaz this time he's prepared for it. And unfortunately, Grass Faction doesn't connect any shots. At least it's all on Jacob. 22 HP. Spots out Calix. Unfortunately, can't shoot on the ladder. And Calix saves the round. 4 kills for him. Nifty gets 1. And that puts things one step closer to tying up at 6. Currently 6-5 in favor of 100 Thieves.
Well, at the moment, you can split the fragging completely down the middle when it comes to Envy. You've got Calix as half the kills, and then the rest of the team is the other half. He's got 15 kills, Jason. He is dragging them through these rounds, kicking and screaming. And that was one where it was a singular rifle, and what did most of the work was a P250 for JKS. And it took, 4 kills from Calix for them to win that one. It's scary, but they've got those 5 rounds you mentioned. They've got enough that this is already a okay half, and anything more from here on out would be a little bit worrying. But this is where things get a bit tougher. The buy will come back in. I don't know how much they're going to be able to rely on Calix. Like, for them to win this half at this point, I almost wonder if he's going to have to drop 20+ kills in a half.
I mean, you can't depend on something like that. But hey, if he can pull it off and get Envy with the half lead. Yeah, they're gonna be looking fantastic going into the second half on the CT side. Grass Faction that stops any sort of aggression coming in towards Vince.
That was a sacrifice.
Well, what a better way to do it than in the fire, burning.
It just seems to be the way. Like, how many kills have they now lost 15 seconds into the round? Like, it's madness. Most of the time it's been Nifty. This time it was Moose.
Well, they're still able to win rounds off of that. Either way, Jacob, oh man, they don't expect him to be here. Gets the kill on a Nifty. Keeps things in their advantage. Grass Faction again is starting to hit some op shots. And Liaz even gets the shot onto Ryan after he was already being spotted. Now Calix, well, we talked about him dragging his team through this match, and an ace here would be perfect, but he can't get the spray onto Jacob. He's going to fall, and finally 100 Thieves are going to respawn.
Finally, those first round or first kills come up for them, because it was almost seeming like some sort of blood ritual being done by Envy, because every single time they were losing that pick but managing to take the round home. Of course, again, we've seen a lot of these rounds get very close, so Envy don't have a big bank to play behind. They had enough to invest this time, but from this point onwards, there's no one left to bail them out. A little bit wary that, again, Moose is trying to get in towards the vent area. He does almost manage to find a spam shot onto Jacob through the smoke. And looking like they're going to try and put the pressure on ramp once again. This time, Gratis Faction is the one to hold it. A bit more of a loose hold, meaning that there is still a possibility of a rotation in that direction, but he is going to hit the initial shot. Manage to fade away. He is being chased by Ryan. He's going to spot the gun barrel. This should be a free kill. And again, the AWPer steps up for his side. A lot more members of this 100 Thieves roster have had their moment. In fact, everybody within a few kills once again.
Grass Factions have been such a nuisance for Envy as well there. Just staying alive, Mihu. Gonna get the kill on Jacob. He's looked to push in. I think he spots out Liaz. Not able to get the spray on him, unfortunately. And Calix will come up and eventually avenge his fallen brother. And now Azra alone on the site. Yeah, he's got Nifty directly behind him. And Envy, even though they were down 2 players, might be able to pull off the 3v5. Grass Faction and JKS, there's no real money to spend on the 100 Thieves side. And I think they might just be giving this round up. Grass Faction can at least spot out 1 player. It comes down to JKS. He's got to hit the shots first, and he won't. Calix again. 2 kills for him in this round, and Grass Faction looks like he fancies his chances. I'm not sure I fully agree with that push. I don't know about you. I feel like save the M4, save the op into the next round. Maybe trying to get some money away from Envy's side.
I think in a 2 versus 2, I can understand it, but once JKS goes down, it does seem like a futile attempt. I'm guessing he was hoping that he could find Calix and then have a 1 versus 1, but Calix, as we've already mentioned, has been unstoppable. 18 kills. Seems like his team are trying their best to keep up, but I think he is still matching them pound for pound.
Getting the aggressive play in towards Hut. Liaz and Az are going to be here. Oh, there's just 3 in Hut.
Oh, I mean, the Mag 7. They're not glass cannon, though, so, you know, they're not quite up to your standard of play.
The Moose might not expect this. Oh! Come on, Az, you can't just ditch your best friend like that. Picks up the AK. Again, man advantage to 100 Thieves, but I feel like I've said this so many times, and yet they've still shown that they can't close the rounds out sometimes.
This round is a little bit more forgivable. No utility. Well, not much, at least. No kits. Player already low. Granisfaction's the one who's about to come under pressure. He's playing a headshot angle, so I guess it wouldn't matter too much, but it's more Jacob. He's actually going to hit him for 99. Okay. Almost getting rid of Calyx. It takes a lot to kill this man off. He's definitely resilient. He's got the ultimate handicap at this point. Handed the AWP instead. An 8th round. Looking fairly likely, especially with the amount of time that's left on the clock. They're actually going to smoke off heaven. Not the most common position to smoke, but it does make things awkward now. The T's only have 15 seconds. They've got to do something now. A dink will be hit. There's so many low players, and Jacob's just come up with that Mag 7. 2 kills to his name. $1,800. If anything, he deserves this third just because of how much damage he's done onto Calyx. And dare I say it, Jason, it's a Mag 7 round.
That sounds so pain to say it, Tom. Honestly, I thought you were going to say when Jacob gets the 99 and 1 to Calyx that you were going to say, see, Jason, the XM would have hit 100.
It would have done. But...
it would have done. But still, I mean, the Mag 7 coming up big. They get the first half victory. And look at what Envy have to spend. Just the op that they saved and an ump. And the rest on pistols. So maybe fast play could be exactly what they're going to be going for here in this round. Dude, nade down the door. Flashed off as well as he's looking for the shot into maybe Granisfaction, who's been peeking that position before. But it's giving Calyx the opportunity to push outside.
9-6 half, well, pretty much the standard, if anything. I think both teams will be able to at least be reasonably content with that. Envy can get this last round, nick it away. Who knows, but Nifty Zorp hasn't had much impact. 3 kills so far on the T side. We do expect more normally on the CT side, but he's been someone who's proven he definitely can do it. Well, the same question I asked when JKS got 19.5. Will Calyx be able to keep it going? Azza from above is already going to shut down 2 players. Maybe the sacrifice that Calyx needed is he's going to actually walk into someone in the smoke and faces against a full 5-man squad. It is the 9-6 half in favor of 100 Thieves. We've got one more half to go, Jason, or maybe a bit of overtime.
Let's take our time right now, it's just a vibe with you. I feel alive, now I'm feeling like up to the front, will it stand the test of time right now? I need a sign. Tell me if it's over, come a little closer. We should take our time to think this damn thing over. Should we grow closer, should this be over? My heart for your mind, probably we should start over. Tell me if it's over, am I your lover? Are we going solo, or is it polo? Her face is saying don't go. I'm acting like I don't know. Whisper my name, say what you want, show me your thoughts. I do the same, my breath on your neck while I slowly caress. Feelings in gray, it's still the same. Tell me if it's over, come a little closer. We should take our time to think this damn thing over. Should we grow closer? Should this be over? My heart for your mind, probably we should start over. Tell me if it's over, am I your lover? Are we going solo, or is it polo? Her face is saying don't go. I'm acting like I don't know. Tell me if it's over, come a little closer. We should take our time to think this damn thing over. Should we grow closer? Should this be over? My heart for your mind, probably we should start over.
Oh, I see the signs and I see we're there. And I feel the lies and I feel the sand. Forever hold, no matter if we cast away. A fire in the dark. I know that you won't be where we again.
Well, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. I can guarantee you it's the final half of tonight between 100 Thieves and Team Envy. OT. Not including OT. It's the final half of regulation to be played because this is the last map in the series between these two teams, as we did go into overtime on Inferno before, where Envy kept the series alive. Still Jason Cap and still Tom Biz, as we now move into 100 Thieves on the T side.
And an important pistol to be had. They can get themselves an early lead, which I think they might need. Their T-sides have been a little bit underwhelming today, of course, mainly going off their Inferno performance. So here we go, Mihu under pressure. Moose has managed to rotate in with Nifty to at least find a couple of kills back. And Calyx from the flank, this time not as clinical as we've seen him so far. He's given them the rounds they needed on the T side. I don't think he'll be able to keep up that sort of form. It's very difficult to do that for two halves in a map. Of course, him ending on 18 kills. But here we go. Rotation back in. Not quite connecting the initial shots as Granis Faction comes around for one. Still a 2 versus 2 scenario. They don't even know where JKS is. Almost a mini raid boss at this point. It should be a free kill. A little bit of a dicey one. And now we switch to him and Calyx in a 1 versus 1. And it's Calyx once again. This man is just undeniable. This man, you almost could say, is inevitable.
But Tom Biz, I thought you said he couldn't possibly keep this up on the CT side. Sorry, I'm just being Twitch chat real quick.
It's only one round.
21 round. He has 21 kills, and no one on his team has broken 10. Mihu's the closest at 7. Just let that sink in for you at home. 21.
He's still matching his team. They have 21 kills combined, Jason.
Someone get him a scoliosis brace because his back is going to be all messed up after this game if they win. 7-9, Envy with the pistol round lead on the CT side. They're up against the Deagles out of 100 Thieves. I don't really think any angles are being given to the Thieves to steal away a gun. And there you go, Nifty. Nice shot at Grass Faction, but again, Calyx, he's just there. He's everywhere. Like you said, he's inevitable.
Moose catch them as they look to try and rotate into Mini, and now it's left all onto JKS. Of course, this round is more of an attempt just to do damage. They know that they've got a buy coming up in the next round. They've got the extra finances to spend thanks to that bomb plant. And Gratisfaction has saved up a little bit of extra cash. Now, he could get an AWP if he wanted to, but I imagine he won't, as it would have to be glass cannon. But here we go. This is where things really begin in this matchup. The CT side will be able to invest back into this round. Unfortunately, I don't think there's quite enough to get an AWP for Nifty. I think Calyx would have had to get another kill, and I do think he's had enough so far. Here we go.
If he drops 30 kills before anyone in his team crosses the threshold of 10, I would probably do some unspeakable things that I probably shouldn't say. Or even,
We
like...
should just give them all the prize money. give
it to
all the
him.
prize
Yeah, I
money
was going
even,
to say.
yeah. It's like, thank you. There's an extra $1,000 between the 5th and 6th, so I think that should be going right in Calyx's bank account, because if they are going to win this, it's going to be on him. Unless things change quite drastically. The T side looking for that outer take. Now going to get a lot of map control. Azza has to be careful on the edge of this smoke. Especially when Calyx is on the other side of it. He's going to spot the Molotovs. They're actually double mollying him out of position. That's what you have to do to kill off Calyx. He still hits the jinx as they walk into the site. And the rest of the CT side will be able to trade things back. It's Moose on a double. And Envy equalizing the scoreline.
They just swarmed over that entire site as well. The second they do start to push in, very quick rotations out of Envy to be there in time. And the weaponry out of 100 Thieves is just not really there yet again. They've got just pistols invested into this round. Again, Calyx on 24. We're starting to get a couple players close to that 10 threshold. Moose currently at 8. And they're just going to rush straight in towards the ramp room at least. Mihu with a nice actual smoke to block them from coming down. And Nifty might be overran, but he does have Moose there to help out. I don't think they expect 2 players to be here.
Okay. That trade back, though, really isn't bad at all. That's a couple of guns retrieved. Again, this is a round where the main goal is to do some damage. Jacob clearly not wanting to use the AWPs. He just tries to use his pistol instead. Question is now, what can Azza do? He spotted Calyx on the other side. So it will be Ryan to close the round. Only a couple dropped in the end. AWP is also going to be retrieved for Nifty. And the rest of the team will be able to buy comfortably.
Well, I think this might be the round here, Tom. The round that someone passes 10 on his team. But 100 Thieves now, what's their next plan? Falling behind within this match, within this map. Maybe an event play could be what they want. See, JKS rushing straight through. He will get down. No! Nifty catches him in a split second. I think that was definitely through a smoke. So they lose the player trying to get down towards Secret. Already playing a man down now. And it's a big player to lose. I mean, JKS and Mirage, we talked about him before. There's a big player on Inferno as well. And you can see them just trying to jump spot on the outside to see where anyone potentially could be playing. Just trying to gather any information they can get without losing another life.
Still a minute on the clock. I think Moose is the first steps of Jacob, who's been able to cross over. Of course, everybody else just waiting a little bit more patiently for the flames to fade. CT side already rotating one man through the ramp. It's Mihu to get in position a little bit earlier in the round. With 35 seconds left, it is looking like the T side are fully dedicated into this B site. The pole will have a lot of work to do. Gonna smoke off the door. This makes it quite awkward, but Jacob with the entry. An important frag that gives them an opportunity in this round. Moose just hoping that he can find something with the spray through, but it isn't going to happen. Looking like this will be coming down to a retake as the bomb gets planted by 100 Thieves.
Well, this was 4-on-5. Down to the 4-on-4 now. Calyx still going to be alive, however. He's going for the flank. Got a couple different players to worry about here. As you can see, Jacob holding his angle. He needs to start pushing from ramp as well. The pressure needs to be alleviated off of him. And he's going to actually pay for him, except Jacob's going to peek at the exact same moment. And he's going to fall. Moose now tries to push in. And Jacob is just trying to stall for time. 2 kills, 14 HP. Nade comes in, and it catches him. Did he open the door so the nade did damage?
I actually don't know.
I heard the
think
door
he might
open.
have done.
But I don't know if you take damage with the doors there from a nade.
Either way, he died.
Yeah. I think he
That's
opened the door
important
for
thing.
that damage. I mean, he didn't intentionally open it for the damage. He was just peeking, but that timing.
He wanted to catch it and throw it back.
If only it worked that way.
Well, unfortunately, the 30 bomb before anybody else gets 10. Dream is dead as Moose and Nifty break onto the scoreboard, but even still, they're now up in the lead. It's going to be the T side taking a pause. They will have a bye once again. Loss bonus now at a maximum after 5 rounds in a row from Envy. We've said that they've challenged the likes of Furia on this map when nobody else has managed to beat them in a series so far. They are, I think it was 5-0 in the group, and they've won both matches to lead them through to the final. Now Envy looking to try and take down 100 Thieves for those extra points.
Oh, big play on outside. Even the Molotov on top of Marshmallow. Still love that name. Forces the player backs for that early control. You see how cautious 100 Thieves are being about it too. I mean, the angle they're holding. Really not sure if anyone's going to push on this position. And then actually none of them are even holding, I believe, towards ramp or even towards the lobby. So if Envy got aggressive here, I mean, I think they've yet to really do it. Could completely catch them off guard. And this is a round the 100 Thieves cannot really afford to lose. The money's not there anymore. Envy could get up to 13. And Moose, well, he's going to get one with the flashbang out of Nifty, and at least spots where the bomb's going to be. And I think a majority of the players as well.
It seems like the lower bomb site is where they want to put the majority of the pressure, and this time it hasn't been that early rotation. It might be because they've still left a couple of players behind to sell this as a bit of a fake, but already with Azza being lost, it's going to become tougher and tougher. They'll hear the windows being broken. That's a bit of information, but Mihu also wins the battle versus JKS, and now Jacob and Gratisfaction have to try and hold on in this 2v4. They're yet to get the bomb down as well, so it gives a lot of time for the remaining CTs to get into position, but also Gratisfaction to maybe get a bit aggressive. It seems like Nifty's watching the angle, though, and now Jacob, while he's in the right place, needs both players, and in fact gets neither.
12-9. At least the bomb was planted for the extra money for 100 Thieves. They will be able to buy up. This is getting really worrisome because not only are they behind 3 rounds now, it seems like the rest of the teammates out of Envy, or out of Calyx's teammates, I should say, are starting to wake up a bit. Nifty really struggled in that first half, but he's up to 13 kills. Moose is up to 12. Mihu and Ryan still yet to break 10, but it's been a phenomenal performance out of Calyx to get him up to 25.
Well, that's what we sort of mentioned, though, that their CT side of 100 Thieves was pretty good, but their T side, what we saw earlier, was just poor. Like, they never really got anything done. It was only when MB actually had no money available that they managed to get some rounds. Other than that, it took they were 15-6 down. You have to remember on Inferno before winning a 9 CT rounds in a row. Whereas this time, Calyx has done enough on the T side that as long as his team play well on the CT side, it really won't matter, and that's what they're doing. And he's looking to get aggressive. Wants to go back to playing the T side again, Jason, as that's where he had his real success. So he's going to start fighting. And he set up Mihu as well. 2 clinical shots to start things off. And they've changed things up a little bit. After being relatively passive, holding back, waiting for these executions, they throw a spanner in the works with an aggressive round.
And that's something I mentioned the round before, right? 100 Thieves giving up that control, the complete control of lobby. They come back to bite them in the backside. The one round, they don't protect it. And Envy now 13. No bomb plant this time for 100 Thieves. Money. I mean, was this a pistol force up? Maybe rush in or bomb site? This gets Envy to 14 if they lose this round. And I mean, obviously, we see them struggle before to close out the match. But with the way they're playing, I don't think they're going to struggle a second time.
See, plenty of smokes available, so might just go for a fast outside take once again. That's been something that they've at least been able to get down to the lower bomb site. It's just holding on in the retake, but maybe if they can do things a little bit quicker, who knows? But Moose, very well placed. Was that through smoke, or was there a smoke missing from Nifty? Because whatever it was, he managed to get 2 kills. It feels like the Calyx show might have ended, but luckily, there's been some players stepping up in his place. Still another kill coming back for Gratisfaction. It will make him some extra money that will be invested into utility to go alongside that AWP. I'm still worried about where that second player is. Now, JKS has managed to sneak his way onto the A site. The problem is Gratisfaction stuck outside with the bomb, and now, well, the bomb stuck outside on its own. Yeah, I feel like they have to at this point. We've seen absolutely nothing from 100 Thieves on this T side. Like, literally, this has been 8 rounds in a row for Envy. They are absolutely dominant. And it seems like there's a few teams at the moment in the North American region that might have a bit of work to do to get to their former selves. That we talk about it with, like, sports athletes as well, where this lockdown has some physical effects. It seems like some of the top players, even Liquid, sort of tweeting that they know that they're still not at the level after losing to Furia. I'm sure EG were not happy with where they placed, and 100 Thieves, sure, they did well in the group stage, but mention that single loss to Gen G could have placed them into at least the semi-final. Now things are looking bleak versus Envy and Moose again, trying to be a bit cheeky around the edge of these smokes. He already hears Gratisfaction, who's going to get tagged elsewhere, but he's dead for sure. Free kill, and Liaz, ooh, that's a nice snapback shot. However, the trade's coming back and forth. The bomb's been dropped elsewhere. Azza desperately trying to kill off Nifty, who managed his escape. This is the best looking round I think we've seen from 100 Thieves in a while. JKS, good chance at a free kill here. Does he expect Callus in response? He does, and he gets that kill as well, leaving Ryan on his lonesome. 1v3, utility, a kit, and an AK-47. I think he's hoping they just don't check his spot.
Well, if only he was so lucky. He does get the first. We still gotta have 2 more to find. He does get around the corner, more importantly, though. So he loses to fight a little bit longer in this round, potentially, and JKS is walking directly towards him. This could be a big kill.
Oh, that was a good attempt from Ryan. I think the read he had was almost spot on. The bomb had gone the other way, but well, if he gets that kill onto JKS, who knows? But that's what it takes. A round coming out from JKS. 3 kills for him. And maybe this can light the fire underneath 100 Thieves. It took them a while to get on the board on Inferno as well on their T side. Maybe now they can start showing some rounds here after 8 rounds in a row. Or is this just going to be the breaking of them? Sure, they'll get 2,900 into the next round, but even still, the last one was fairly close. On the CT side, well, to be honest, their finances aren't actually as impressive as you might think, considering how many they've won.
Yeah, but they still have so much utility left to use in this round, at least, to get them onto that 15. I mean, a round they did struggle to get before, speaking of the 16th round, to finish off the game. And Calyx on 27, so he's cooled down a little bit. But obviously has done a bunch of work for his team to get them to where they are now, especially on that T side. Let's see, outside control being get over to 100 Thieves as they look to push in towards lower. Oh, Jacob, it takes a little bit too much damage, 18. And Calyx is there waiting. I think Calyx would have heard that too, but he's actually just going to peek them or spot them when they come in. Nice little smoke gives them the control yet again. 40 seconds remaining, 100 Thieves. And luckily they can push through the smoke, or at least push when the smoke does dissipate. But time is starting to get very worrisome. JCast looking for maybe the late push in towards vents. There we go, 20 seconds left. Calyx gets the first, his 28th, and his 30th with the next 2. The bomb's now down, not able to get the 4th, unfortunately. But it puts it into a 4-on-2.
It seems like he's able to rev that engine right back up, and this is already over. It didn't matter. 10 seconds were left on the clock, and there were still 2 players on A. A fantastic performance. We've seen a few of them today. Blame F. We also saw JKS able to get 19 kills and a half, but Calyx looking to top them all off. 30 kills already here, 15 on the board, and just look at the damage he's done to the T-side economy. 2 AKs, a Galil, a Deeg, and a trusty Mac-10 is all that 100 Thieves have to try and streak 5 rounds together on the T side. I was a believer when it came to Inferno. Can't say I'm a believer here. Moose, he might be able to close this all on his own. Jacob actually knifes him for an assist.
That could have been intentional.
Oh, God. Oh, that was just the panic. They are going to switch up the pace. Mihu, interestingly, they're both going to jump across. He still does a huge amount of damage with the spray. Nifty is up in heaven. He is going to manage just one. Seems like Calyx is waiting to see if there's any rotations coming in from behind, but do they expect him to just run through like this? Oh my goodness, JKS waiting around the corner, can't do anything. This man is on fire as he hits his 32nd kill. It's up to Jacob to keep them in this match. Those fight for those extra points, the extra cash. Also just an extra placement. Will he expect Ryan just so close around this corner? Oh, no, he doesn't. 16 to 10. A fantastic CT side